What biases affect projecting college basketball players for the NBA draft? Imagine trying to predict how a college basketball player will perform in the NBA. It's a tough task, and many hidden biases can influence those predictions. Let's explore what biases can shape these projections and how they might lead us astray. One common bias is recency bias. Evaluators tend to focus heavily on a player's most recent college season, even though earlier seasons might give a better idea of their overall potential. For example, a player might have a strong final year but struggled before that, yet scouts often give more weight to the latest performance. This can cause overestimation or underestimation of a player's true ability. Another bias is the strength of schedule bias. College players face different levels of competition depending on their conference and opponents. A player from a weaker conference might look better on paper, but that doesn't always translate to NBA readiness. Without adjusting for the level of competition, projections can unfairly favor or penalize players based on who they played against. Performance during March Madness can also skew perceptions. When players shine in the NCAA tournament, evaluators might overvalue those moments, thinking they show a player's true talent. But a single hot streak in a high-pressure game doesn't always reflect consistent ability over a full season. This can lead to inflated draft grades for players who had a great tournament but inconsistent college seasons overall. Anchoring bias is another factor. Early rankings or initial impressions can stick with evaluators, making it harder to adjust their views as new information comes in. If a player was highly rated early on, scouts might continue to overvalue them, even if recent performance suggests otherwise. Conversely, players with a rough start might be undervalued despite improvements later in the season. Statistical translation bias also plays a role. College stats don't always match up with NBA performance because the game is faster and more physical. For example, a player's shooting percentage might drop when moving to the NBA, but evaluators sometimes forget to account for these differences. Proper models adjust for this, but human judgment can overlook these translation factors. Physical and positional biases are also common. NBA teams often look for specific traits like height, wingspan, and athleticism. Players who don't fit the traditional mold, even if they perform well in college, might be underrated. Conversely, highly athletic players with less polished skills might be overvalued based on physical tools alone. Finally, sample size and experience bias can make projecting younger or less experienced players tricky. If a player has only played 1 or 2 college seasons, scouts might either see a lot of upside or doubt their consistency. This can lead to overrating potential or undervaluing proven production. Understanding these biases helps teams and scouts make better decisions. By adjusting for schedule strength, considering multiple years of data, and being cautious about tournament performances, they can improve the accuracy of projecting college players for the NBA draft. Recognizing these biases is key to making smarter talent evaluations and building stronger teams.